Back in the day, for people to look cool and stand out, they will start to smoke cigarettes made out of tobacco. Teenagers as young as 11 or 12 years old will start smoking due to various factors such as curiousness and the influence of their friends. But nowadays, the current generation of children and teenagers have moved on to vaping rather than smoking as they believe that it is less harmful. We don't need to look far and wide to find proof of this. Look around you. Some of your friends or classmates may have been smoking vapes or electronic cigarettes long before entering universities. Based on statistics published by the National Youth Tobacco Survey, around 10% of students have used electronic cigarettes before. We as students and young adults must realize that even though vaping might be less dangerous than smoking traditional cigarettes, it can still lead to negative effects towards our health if continued to be smoked beyond any constraint. First of all, vaping can cause irreversible brain damage. The part of the brain that is responsible for decision making and impulse is not yet fully developed until the age of 25. Continued exposure to vaping may lead to the shortened growth of this part of the brain. Teens and young adults are at risk for long-lasting effects such as the permanent lowering of impulse control, mood disorders, and nicotine addiction. Teenagers and young adults can become more impulsive as the result of vaping. Impulsive can be defined as the tendency to act without thinking. It does so by altering our dopamine sensitivity and damaging our brain neurons. Thus, it can make it difficult for us to resist cravings and delay gratification. This will greatly affect our efforts to successfully quit vaping altogether. Mood disorders will also arise as the result of vaping. Teenagers and young adults will find themselves having difficulty controlling their sleeping schedule and emotions. While stress and nervousness may be the leading factors on why people started vaping in the first place, it can make things twice as worse. In the long run, vaping can cause someone to develop an addiction for nicotine. Nicotine is a highly addictive substance that can raise your blood pressure and spikes your adrenaline. It is one of the main substances found in vapes. An addiction to it will make you unable to stop smoking and developing withdrawal symptoms when you try to stop, such as anxiety, restlessness, and insomnia. Secondly, vaping can cause damage to your internal organs. Vaping can cause someone to develop popcorn lung or bronchiolitis obliterans. Popcorn lungs is a type of inflammation in the lungs that causes shortness of breath, wheezes, and coughing. Scarring of the lungs acid can be developed over time if not treated properly. Besides that, vaping can also weaken your immune system. This will make you more susceptible to contract infections and illnesses. The immune system is suppressed when breathing in aerosol from vape smokes. The lungs will also produce small receptor or protein called ACE2 that acts as a doorway for bacteria and viruses to enter your body. Furthermore, vaping will elevate your chances of developing heart diseases. Nicotine will magnify plaque build-up in your arteries, which makes it harder for your blood to reach your vital organs. Vaping also spikes your adrenaline, which increases your heart beat rate. Hence, your heart will beat at a much faster pace than normal. As a result, heart attack or stroke can happen when we least expected it. Based on the points and facts that I have just listed, we can definitely perceive a clearer picture on the insurmountable damage that vaping can cause to someone's health. But to simply stop vaping is easier said than done. On average, a teenager or young adult will only be able to stop smoking for a couple of days if they don't develop a proper strategy to help them quit completely. There are several ways that can help someone to gradually stop vaping. Identify first the reason that you want to quit smoking. Being clear on why we're deciding to stop helps to validate our behavior to break the habit. It will also help us to discover a new way of coping from vaping. As an example, some of the motivation for quitting is for the benefit of our health and saving money. We should also find the right timing to quit smoking. Consider choosing a time in which you won't be under a lot of stress. This includes semester breaks for us students. You can also choose a significant day such as your birthday as day to start quitting, as it can make it more meaningful. Finally, consider nicotine replacement therapy by replacing the nicotine that we get from smoking with other products such as nicotine patches, gum, and inhalers to relieve yourself from withdrawal symptoms. In conclusion, vaping can cause serious health effects to young adults and teenagers. The continued ignorance of people towards its negative side effects will make it deadly than smoking traditional cigarettes ever was. To all you smokers, we should try our best to quit smoking for our own good. Seek the guide of friends, families, and professionals if we aren't strong enough to do it on our own. Do not fall victim to your ego and emotions in order to be considered cool and edgy if you smoke. Overall, the stigma of smoking vapes should change for the betterment of our society. Thank you everyone for listening to my speech. Hopefully, my little ramble can ignite the necessary desire for you all to understand the consequences of vaping and why we should carry out the necessary steps to permanently quit altogether. Thank you.